And with 37 days to go, New Zealand have taken a 2-1 lead against Pakistan. Pakistan can no longer win this series against New Zealand's seaside, as they called it. Welcome to the shiny side. I'm your host, Faris, and we have with us joining from Dubai, Umair Qazi. Umair, Pakistan can no longer beat the so-called New Zealand sea. How do you look at where we are?
Yeah, हमारी भी C team थी. It's okay. And as most people know, we play like the opposing team at the same level as the opposing team. It was a good game, I felt. It was a pretty good game. Very close. Could have gotten there.
I thought when they scored, we were batting bowling first, my concern was कि यार ये ना हो कि हमारी batting test now, but clearly that wasn't an issue. Thanks to
I think it was a decent batting lineup that we had. And I felt it was a chaseable score, I felt. And we almost got there at the end, almost.
So why don't we kick things off with a 33-second summary, which you can do, of the game.
Sure. So Pakistan won the toss and chose to field first, which I think was the right decision given the bowling attack they had gone in with. They had fairly new players plus Mohammad Amir, and New Zealand seemed to be running away with it. And I thought they ended 30 runs short than they should have given the start, but it was Pakistan's great fight back at the end with the ball. And in the chase, well, I think when you lose 3 wickets in the power play, it's difficult to chase any total. But Fakhar and Iftikhar and Imad Wasim tried to get Pakistan as close as possible, but at the end we're short by 4 runs.
Okay, exactly 30 seconds, very good. So I guess we have to start off with the toss, right? So you mentioned the toss. I think no qualms there. Pakistan bowled first. Now we made 5 changes. I think Zaman, Rizwan, and again, I think we rested Shaheen. Sorry?
Yeah, 2 changes were forced.
So we rested Shaheen and Naseem for Zaman and Amir. I would like to see us play one of them in every game, having said, just because to have some sense of sanity. But maybe this is me in hindsight because we lost the game. But fair enough, like the idea of the series is about trying new things. We had Usama come in for Abrar, which again, for me, I'm quite clear Abrar is my spinner for the World Cup. But I guess if you have Usama in the squad, you give him a game. And then, Rizwan and Irfan Niazi were forced changes, like you said. So Fakhar coming in made sense. We didn't actually have any other batsman to bring in, by the way. So whether we chose to do it, bring Imad for that in that spot was because we didn't have a choice. There was no other batsman left now because obviously Azam was injured earlier. We never got a replacement in. Now Rizwan and Irfan Niazi have got out. What did you make of the 11?
Look, I think it was fine. With Shadab and Imad, you've got batsmen who can play in the top 6, or they can play at 7, 8 like they've always done. So it was fine getting in. And Shadab Khan probably played the game as a batsman. He didn't bowl today.
I mean, Shadab and Imad today was 6 and 7 actually. So that was I thought it was so I know we were trying to experiment here. That's fine, but I think structurally we were a bit short because you had Shadab he came in earlier, but Imad was batting at 7, and then we had guys like we didn't have Shaheen and Naseem with their batting prowess either, whatever that's worth. So I think it was a bit of a long tail.
It was a longer tail. But having said that, even if you have a batting lineup where Shadab and Imad are batting at 5 and 6, I think that's fine as long as you have 7 and 8 and 9 who can at least
like Shaheen and Naseem
a bit.
Something
but
like that.
Abbas Afridi and Osama Mir can bat.
Yeah.
I mean, they can. Sure, they have not done it internationally, but if you look at the PSL and the domestic, they can bat. They're not rabbits. So I think it was fine. I mean, in T20 cricket, it's really, it doesn't matter 5, 6, 7, 8 onwards. Everyone's just sort of has the same game, right?
So I guess to start off, I'll put you on the spot here. Did we lose this game with the bat or the ball?
The bat. The bat, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, 180 was chaseable. 100%. On this lower wicket, it was chaseable. And look, we got there. Even with a depleted batting lineup without a Mohammad Rizwan, Pakistan got there within 4 runs.
Yeah. I mean, I was looking at my potential first 11 of Pakistan, and we were actually missing 6 players from that. So we were also, like you said, a pretty weak 11 by our standards. But if you go back to Pakistan's bowling, so Imad opened the bowling. First game he's got for Pakistan. He didn't keep, I mean, to be honest, from the first over, he didn't keep it tight. He was hit for a couple of boundaries, and we never really managed to control things in the power play. They made 60 for the loss of 1 wicket. Did you think our lines were off, or were they just, it was just good batting by them?
Look, they were just smashing it around, and it was very easy to bat on earlier in the game. The ball was coming on, and they batted really well. they were going at 10 and over till the 13th, 14th over. And that is when Pakistan put the brakes with some wickets. And Abbas Afridi bowled really well. Mohammad Amir bowled really well. Even Iftikhar bowled really well. But yeah, I mean, Imad Wasim, the first over went for, I think, 14 or 15 runs. But yeah, no early wickets, and they were just smashing it away. I mean, that they came out with that intent.
I think Abbas Afridi, right, wasn't so good in the power play, but he came back well. This is something we've spoken about before, where I think if we are playing him, we should save him for the second half of the innings. I think someone who had a bad game with the ball was Osama, right? So if you haven't followed the PSL, you may be like, yeah, that's what you expect, right? But he had a really good PSL. But somehow the second he's back into a Pakistan shirt, he's bowling like he was before.
You know, there's some players who would be very indifferent in the PSL or domestic, but as soon as you come into international, they become a different beast, right? Fakhar Zaman is like that. Mohammad Amir is like that. Amir could be very indifferent over the last 5 years, but the moment he's in a Pakistan shirt, he's been great in the two T20s he's played in this series, right? And Osama Mir is the other way around. I mean, the domestic के शेर है काफी players जो international में आके बकरियां बन जाते हैं. ऐसे बहुत है पाकिस्तान में. भरे पड़े.
I mean, to be honest, काफी मुल्कों में होते हैं ऐसे. Like, you know, even like Graham Hick and so on and so forth. These are guys, domestic giants who never crack it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Mark Ramprakash.
Yeah, the list is long.
Sajid Ali for Pakistan.
So
Shan.
Yes.
Shan Masood, my favorite.
Yes. So another guy who maybe 6 months ago looked like he would potentially be around the T20 squad is now looking like a shadow of himself, who's Usman Khan. He's had a pretty average PSL and he's not looking so good, and he probably is not even looking like he'll be on the plane to the West Indies at this point.
No, I don't think so. I felt this for a while. You know, the thing is, with bowlers like Zaman Khan, he's really a one-trick pony. I mean, what he has is that Yorker, right? He has a very good Yorker, and you can keep bowling that. But besides that, doesn't have much else. And he had a great start to his career because he was a different kind of bowler, and batsmen probably couldn't pick him up. But now everyone's probably gotten used to him. There are tons of videos and and whatnot. So yeah, no, I think Abbas Afridi is looking really good. I think Shaheen, Naseem, Amir, right now these are my three top pace picks. And if anyone after that, I would go for Abbas Afridi, Haris Rauf if he's fit. So yeah, Zaman Khan is way down the pecking order.
So let's come to Pakistan's batting now. So given the resources we had, did we get the batting order right, in your view?
Yeah, I think batting order was perfectly right. Usman Khan rightly needed to bat at 3. Fakhar showed, and Fakhar has batted at 4 in the past as well. And he can, because he's such a good player of spin, he can do really well in the middle overs. He's the kind of batsman Pakistan needs out there in the middle. And yeah, Shadab, Iftikhar, Imad Wasim. I mean, maybe Shadab didn't come off today, but if Shadab should be batting higher up more often.
No, I think
more regularly for Pakistan.
I'm not convinced Usman Khan should be in our first 11, but given that of course Rizwan wasn't there, that's fine. But I feel like I like the structure of the top 5 today. I feel like this is the top structure we should go with, and then for me it becomes a question of Rizwan / Usman Khan. So if Usman Khan, let's see how he does in the next game, right? But I feel I like the idea of Babar and Saim at the top, and Fakhar at 4 and Shadab at 5. Potentially, so in an ideal world, maybe have like Azam Khan and 6 or something like that before 50.
Yeah, you want Rizwan at 3?
I'm saying if he's there, he has to be at 3. Otherwise, he shouldn't be there. That's what
I'm saying. Look, it's a tough one. I mean, I have been the biggest supporter of Babar Rizwan, the opening pair. You know this, right? But of late, I'm starting to think that both Babar and Rizwan in the same 11, especially batting outside the power play, is detrimental to Pakistan. I mean, we can have at most one of them. Otherwise,
in the selection episode, we covered this, right? Where we said, I think we said that you have Rizwan at 3, but the only way he comes into bat is if Babar gets out in the power play.
Babar gets out, exactly.
Otherwise, he doesn't come into bat at all, right? Because otherwise, you send whoever's next. And if you don't lose the wicket in the power play, he doesn't come into bat, but he can still play as yours. He's almost insurance in that case, right? The thing is, I still feel like the reason that's a question for me still is because Usman Khan is still very unproven, right? He's had a great PSL. But he hasn't really done it at the Pakistan level. So I think we need to see a bit more.
I've seen Usman Khan in these 3. I did not watch him bat in the PSL. I have no idea how.
You're a good person to have a view on him then, because you don't have the PSL center.
I have not seen those 200s. I have seen the 3 T20 innings he's played against New Zealand. He does not look like a batsman. I mean, he is not a proper batsman. He is like what you call a lapara. ठीक है, वो आता है, खड़ा होता है, वो बैट घुमा रहा होता है, यहाँ घुमा रहा होता है, यहाँ घुमा रहा होता है, प्रॉपर शॉट्स नहीं खेल रहा होता. Maybe that is what T20 cricket is, and you score a lot of runs.
Or maybe
Look,
he's
even today,
overawed at the prospect of a green shirt to start.
maybe that, but I have not seen him hit one proper cricketing shot.
Yeah.
Okay, in the 20 deliveries he's faced in these 3 innings, right? So I don't know if he has a future or not. I have no idea, but his so he was batting at a 160 strike rate today. He was 16 of 10 deliveries, and then he got out. He hit 2 or 3 boundaries, but वो भी shots ऐसी थी, मतलब यहाँ खड़ा था, ये मारा और वो गया, you know, मतलब it's it's like playing gully cricket. So proper batsman तो नहीं है वो यार.
But yeah, I mean, I guess we've suddenly, you know, like how the recency bias and the PSL bias has kicked in. So a lot of decisions are happening on that basis. I guess a big plus today was to see Fakhar bat the way he did, right? Because Fakhar again in PSL he was, but you know, he was just doing what Fakhar only Fakhar can do for Pakistan.
Yeah, true. And he seems to love New Zealand and Ish Sodhi.
He loves Ish Sodhi also. Yeah. Sodhi only got 2 overs, by the way, thanks to Fakhar.
Yeah, true. But I think Fakhar at 4 is a must for Pakistan. 100% he should be there. The 7 to 15 overs, they were showing the graphic today as well. They've been showing it every other day. Those are the overs that Pakistan needs to fix, and Fakhar and Shadab are the 2 people who can do it in the middle for Pakistan. Or even Iftikhar, actually.
I mean, if Azam Khan is there, he's also in the mix, right? So the way I mean, we'll come to that. I guess talk about another show, but like, you know, my thing was if you have Fakhar at 4, Shadab at 5, bat Azam at 6, and Ifti at 7, if you're playing all those guys. But then Ifti, I still rather say for the end, for the quicks. But in terms of when Fakhar and Ifti got together, things were looking a bit dicey. They had a good partnership, but then when Ifti got obviously into 40 of 21, Imad made, so it seems like, you know, Imad didn't really come off. He did score 22 of 11 balls. So it's that you probably can't ask for more than that. I guess the problem was you got no support from the other side.
Yeah. I mean, look, Osama came out, got out. Abbas Afridi came out. He should have been ready for that run. I mean, don't know what he was thinking, but still, there was no support at the end. I mean, it was too much to ask for these guys.
And you know, like the thing is, like you said, he didn't get ready for the single, like 1 or 2 more runs, and then Imran would have had a 4 option at the end. So that alone would have changed the game completely, right?
Yeah.
Because he had to go for the big shot, and he couldn't come off.
But...
What do you make of these New Zealand bowlers? So I think we had this guy called Roke. I'm not sure I pronounced his name. Got 3 for 27. Ben Sears was also in the New Zealand World ODI side. He seemed to be, I think he got a couple of wickets. Bracewell somehow continues to trouble Pakistan. Babar Azam in general, not today, but and Pakistan in particular.
Yeah. Look, it's okay. It's hard. ये सारे नए players हैं जो इनके pacers हैं, तो मुझे पता नहीं कौन सा कौन है. इन्होंने शुरू में किसी ने कोई विकेट नहीं ली, हमने दी है. Right? We gave Saim, Babar, Usman, they all gave their wickets away. Right? Babar का अच्छा catch था. Saim की shot अच्छी थी, 6 हो सकता था, सीधे हाथों में चला गया. So it was a great bowling. But at the end, that guy, I think it was Sayers, I'm not sure. Orog took the 3 wickets, but Sayers was the guy who was bowling those Yorkers, wide Yorkers, CD
really
Yorkers,
good ones.
To the second last over, I think.
Yeah.
And so that was a great over. It was an amazing second last over. That probably won the game for them. But yeah, in terms of wicket taking, I don't think they were great wicket taking deliveries early on. It was us giving our wickets away.
Yeah, you know, the funny thing is that the 8 New Zealanders in the IPL, I'm not sure how much you follow the IPL you're following, they're barely getting a game, by the way. They're barely,
I'm not following the IPL, but
bench.
I know they're not, none of them are playing.
Yeah.
I mean, Waqar Yunus said it now, right? The New Zealand should take these players to the World Cup.
We have 1 match to go. We cannot win the series anymore. What changes would you make to the 11 for the last game?
I'll have Shaheen, Naseem, and Amir. So Shaheen and Naseem back for Zaman and Abbas Afridi. Abrar for Osama Mir.
So you're going full strength, really? With the ball,
the rest with the bowling, yeah. So Abrar, Shaheen, Naseem for these 3. The rest I'll keep the same.
I mean, yeah, given that you have no other batsman, even if you wanted to make the batting stronger, you couldn't. Having said that, getting Shaheen and Naseem automatically improves the batting a little bit.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, good stuff.
Yeah, so that's what I'll do.
Good stuff. And thank you for being on the show, Mer. It was a
Thank
short
you
and
for
a,
your...
and, a, and a bit of a sobering episode after not winning
No,
the
it's
series,
fine.
I guess.
I enjoyed the game. It was a good game. It was
Yeah.
fun.
But yeah, I think let's see what I guess the series is a lot about answering questions of Pakistan to finalize the score. So let's see.
And look, Babar said it at the press conference, and they said it before the series as well. They want to try their bench. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay to lose a series here and there, a match here and there. It's fine. Just give your players a chance. You don't want an Usman Khan going into a T20 World Cup or an Imad Wasim not having been exposed to such situations.
Yeah.
They should not be facing this situation for the first time in a World Cup crunch game. They should have been through it before, and they would know what they did, what they didn't do, and what they can do now.
Yeah.
So I mean, they can experiment all they want. It's fine.
And there's
They
still a
have
lot of
another
games to
8
go
to
after this. There's an
yeah,
Ireland series and
England,
an England
Ireland.
series. Yeah.
खिलाओ भाई सबको खिलाओ मुझे भी बुला लो मुझे भी खिला दो.
Well, you'll be in the country anyway, so who knows? Anything can happen. But good stuff, Umair. Thank you for being on.
All right, man. Okay.
And for those of you watching, we'll be back after the 5th T20. In the meantime, stay tuned to the shiny side.